Coach. Jonathan Fagan.
Stephen, in the first half, was the help just overextended too far? Did you overreact?
Yeah, there was overhelps, which are sometimes almost as bad as no help. And then it was like a chain reaction. There would be a mistake that led to one rotation to the next rotation, and then we would be standing for the third rotation. And against a team like this, you have to be clean on the basketball, so you're not giving angles. So it wasn't even like pick and rolls. There was transition ones, as I kind of alluded to before the game, that the transition threes are going to be a key. And then the driving kicks where they're able to drive the ball into the paint, and then it's the chain reaction, which we rectified in the second half. I mean, we tried harder, did better, made a couple adjustments, and did a lot better job of putting forth the effort needed to play good basketball, especially on the defensive end against this team. I mean, you know, they're obviously one of the top teams in the West, and what they do is make threes, and we allowed them to do what they do in the first half, partly because we were making mistakes. And we watched some film at halftime, cleaned up some of those mistakes, but I think you saw us just kind of dive in a little bit more and try a little bit harder in the second half, to the point where we held them to 45 points in the second half, which I'm proud of the guys for fighting back for.
Just to be clear, though, it was more doing the same things correctly as opposed to adjusting and doing something different?
Yeah, it was more doing what we said correctly. And, you know, there's a couple of little adjustments that we made to stay home. But overall, it was more about trying harder.
Thank you.
Kelly Iko.
Coach, you know, speaking about, you know, the on-the-fly adjustments, is that something that you want to see more of between now and the end of the season, the ability to correct mistakes in real time, as from the first and the second half?
I mean, I guess so. You would want that, but we would want, ideally, not to have to make the adjustments, to do it right the first time, and to kind of see it as it happens in the first half and not have to get to that point. But yeah, I mean, I want our team to learn, and I want our team to grow, and I want our team to take out every opportunity to get better. And I feel like we did that in the second half, whether it was watching the film and correcting the things that we saw, or ratcheting up the try hard in the second half. It was probably a mixture of both. But to answer your question, yes, I would like us to be able to make adjustments, kind of like we did. But to begin the game, we have to have the intent to kind of do it, so we don't have to make the effort adjustment. If that makes sense.
Brian Bearfield.
Coach, can you talk about how your team fought back against this team again? They went down double digits, but they kept fighting and got within, I think, 7 points, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a team that keeps fighting. And did you finally see how comfortable Kevin Porter Jr. could be in this offense?
Yeah, I mean, yes to both questions. It was good to see the fight in our group. It was good to really just bear down and show our competitiveness and show our kind of willingness not to give up, which is big, especially at this point of the season. 54 games in with 72 game season. So we have a lot of fight in us. We have a lot of character. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the guys for that. As far as Kevin Porter Jr., yeah, I mean, 14 assists. When he had the ball in his hands, he made plays, and he's big enough to see He's obviously not just a scorer. He takes his catch and shoots, which I love, because that opens everything up for him. And yeah, he can be pretty good, but I think we're just kind of finding things out as we go along with him and the whole group, because obviously we don't have practice time, and this is a tough stretch of game after game after, we just finished 5 and 7, and now we're on another stretch where it's every other day, and then we go 5 and 7 again. So for him to play 40 minutes tonight and have the production that he had, yeah, it shows us a lot about him.
Adam Spollen.
The effort adjustment, I guess, that you talked about, is that to you more physical or is that mental?
Usually mental. It's a, the physical part is, can I get from A to B? The mental part is, am I willing to go from A to B as fast as I can? And it wasn't like we were going, we were not kind of trying to do it, but we needed to make it more of an important thing to get to the 3-point shooters. Now I knew it coming into the game. I knew it. There's going to be the threes, and we made the adjustment, the try hard adjustment, and for a team to do that, it shows that we have some character.
Crystal Saltis.
Hello, Coach. Hope you are doing well. What did you see from Kevin Porter Jr. tonight, and especially the way that he reads the game on offensive end?
Yeah, as I said, I saw good things from Kevin in the 40 minutes he played, especially with DJ out. He had more ball handling responsibilities, and he sees the game. He sees it before it happens. He has size, so he can make plays and make passes. He's getting more and more comfortable on the floor with our group.
And last question, Mark Berman.
Stephen, what did you think of Armani making the most of his minutes?
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome to see. That's a kid who just kind of came in and has been working hard with John Lucas, and came in with 4 for 5 from 3. I had him in the fourth quarter of a tight game, and he was stepping up and making shots. That was great. It was something really cool to see.
Thank you, Coach.